Welcome everyone! We are the Grin Brothers! We are the Grin Brothers! And it annoys me how the peach is obscured. Or the gun there.
That's a shame.
A really minor thing. But yeah, welcome everyone, we are the Grin Brothers and we're continuing our playthrough of Senran Kagura Peach Splash. Potentially even finishing it. Might be a little bit awkward. There's preparations going on for Granddad's birthday today. But we should be on the way to finish the game by actually playing as the main characters.
Yeah.
Though ironically, despite how...
It's the Hanzo arc.
I mean, depending on how things go with Asuka, with the Gessen arc, Yumi, despite being front and center as leader of the team, isn't the main character of her arc, it's entire Shiki's arc.
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of the characters don't really have that much... Yeah. Free difficulty for me. I thought we were going to go 2.
Oh.
We're playing it together, aren't we? I mean, you can do 3 if you want, and I'll switch back to 2.
I was just going to play it.
Oh.
I said I was going to give you a arc. You ended up taking 2, so...
What? No, I took
Didn't
1.
you? Well,
no, I've only done the Hibiju arc.
One's more than I was...
Where I aced it. In glorious fashion.
Debatable. I'd said I was going to give you 1.
Well, let's click and see what happens.
Fine. Never actually agreed to taking turns. You agreed to that, and I said you were getting 1.
Well, originally the other game we were going to play was to have me actually have my own playthrough before we get around to Halloween.
Yes, but you already stopped me from playing this game, which is my game, in my spare time, and prevented me from playing the story.
You've been playing the arcade tons!
Yes, but I wanted to play the story, and you were like, no, don't do that. So I do not care about your opinion.
You're going to play through Digimon Cyber Sleuth for the 3rd time. You need to. You've lost all the data.
I could have. I do
all your
need
games.
To. Oh wait, auto. He doesn't.
No.
You need to find a police.
Yes.
Now.
Asuka, don't trust your teacher. It's not.
The Shinobi police? Is that a thing? Do they have police officers?
Yeah, because I don't think the regular policemen would be able to do anything, really.
Well, they have guns.
Yeah, it might be more effective with more guns. Oh, okay. I thought it was just going to be, don't tell anyone about this.
This is our secret.
Which is...
Goodbye. Although, goodbye, that would technically be Dubai.
I guess.
Yes, let us win. Commence the slaughter.
What do you wish for? Realistic proportions, this world can't handle it.
Literally, it can't.
Yeah, the first thing she thinks about is what does Hibari want? Now, I looked at the backstory. Apparently, the reason that Yagyu's so close to Hibari is because Hibari reminds her of her younger sister who died in a car accident.
Wow, pretty lame ninja to die to a car.
No, younger sister who wasn't a ninja.
Oh.
She was like 5.
Wow, well.
But
What a parents.
the way they interact doesn't seem like sisters at all.
No.
Really?
No, it's not.
Her brother's the one who was trying to kill her through 2 of the games, but I think they actually made up in the 2nd game. Because her storyline is that basically he comes from a great ninja family, but he's...
Yeah, that's a good question. How does he know about this?
But he's not naturally talented.
Oh, yeah.
And they adopted, and so the ninja family adopted her, and she is a natural talent as a ninja.
Yeah.
So whereas he failed the exam, she succeeded, and so the parents have basically ignored him in favour of her.
That's supposed to be a long blonde-haired girl, by the way. Accidental plops. Your clothes aren't
Lady
wet.
Cat.
Yeah.
No, you can shoot your allies. That was my entire strategy.
Yeah, but it just buffs you.
So they do dang or what?
We'll find out.
Well, doesn't it seem unfair that one team has 6 members, the others all have only 5?
Yeah, but you can only use 5 at a time, so...
Ah.
Yeah,
they threw out Asuka. The leader of the team, they just threw out Asuka. Wow.
Ah, yeah, so I've fully upgraded every single weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Is
this going to be the process of swapping out all the cards then? Well, except for one member here clearly has better cards than everyone else.
I probably should, yeah.
So then, things to talk about then.
I have new cards as well.
Let's see. I have so many actually. That it's actually going to be a little bit tricky thinking of one to talk about. Let's see. Do you want to be involved? Okay, I have a smaller one. I guess we'll start off with. So there's a game.
Yes.
A fighting game.
Games exist.
It's called Blade Strangers.
Blade Strangers. That's a weird name for
It's being made by Nicalis, and honestly, they don't have many IPs, so it's strange that they decided, let's make a game where we throw our IPs together. They basically had 2 IPs of any sort of real sort of people may have heard of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so they've basically made most of it of guest characters and some original characters. It's very strange. Basically, they made Code of Princess, a beam-up game with a princess who's never heard of actual practical clothing.
Okay.
I must admit that it is quite funny, because as this princess wades by in what's like a bridal bikini armor, every character actually comments on how she's the only one who's like not practically dressed in any fashion whatsoever. Like there's other characters who are, but the princess just isn't. So Nicalis this game is mostly of like third-party guest characters in a game that's supposed to be about their own characters.
Yeah.
Blade Strangers include because they've got publishing rights to some games. Code of Princess, of course, they've got the rights to. Umahara Kawase, you may know of it as this game featuring a schoolgirl with a fishing rod, where the platforming has to be done via using the fishing rod.
Okay.
It's a bit of an obscure game in terms of over here, but it was really big in Japan. There's actually the story of a guy who's kept his SNES on for 20 years to keep his save data, to make sure that it doesn't brick at any point.
Wouldn't that just brick the SNES?
No, it's still working.
Huh.
Because he keeps it cool and everything.
Sounds like a psychopath.
Because every time you turn it on, the old school systems on and off, the save cartridge has a chance of wearing down. Sort of like how the game. So it's why occasionally, if something happens to it, you lose your data, like I did with my Pokemon Red. There was, and the other one which they have publishing rights to is Cave Story.
Oh.
So they've got Curly and Quote in the game as playable characters. Really weird
cool.
seeing them, actual height rather than these tiny little sprites.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Of course, they also got some third guest characters, along with some original characters, such as Gunvolt from Azure Striker Gunvolt.
Yeah, Yeah,
and
that's pretty cool.
And it's a game with an indie character in, so Shovel Knight felt, yay, I have to be in this.
Well, of course.
So Shovel Knight's in it.
If you've got indie characters, Shovel Knight is
And
there.
Shovel Knight is, of course, it's just... Of course, not even... They just like changing what Shovel Knight's size is, because he's actually the biggest character, but his head's like still the same size. He's like Iron Tager's body, but his head is like a regular character's.
That sounds terrifying.
And then, of course, they thought, you know what would be the perfect character to add to all this in a game called Blade Strangers? Isaac.
Isaac? From...
Bindings of Isaac.
Oh. That's terrifying. I thought for a moment, for some reason...
You meant Isaac!
Isaac! Yeah. No, goddamn.
I still need to get that game on the Wii.
What?
The rail shooter spin-off they made, EA made for Dead Space. Apparently it's actually really good.
I should imagine it is.
There's actually a lot of course, I'm biased because Wii's my favourite system and I'm building a Wii collection here, but There's a lot of good games that they made. They just don't give them the right the attention they need it to sell.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a game that's happening. I mean, it feels weird, you know, like with Smash Bros and such. There feels even as weird as it can get at times, and even say PlayStation Stars, there feels a level of cohesion with it. I don't know, just seeing these characters in a very generic anime opening style thing. And, you know, you've got, like, a character knocked down and Isaac sort of offering a hand for the character to get up is just, don't
touch his hand. It's been in poop. I don't like the dolphin's voice, to be fair. Oh, so we figured out...
You got pets, yeah.
The racist
Which
elephant isn't that racist, because that's a scarf.
Yeah.
Not red lips, like I initially thought it was.
I mean, perfectly understandable confusion there. Yeah, Blade Strangers, that's a thing that's happening.
Yeah, so it's more like an indie fighting game than...
A Nicalis fighting game. I mean, Nicalis are a small-time company anyway.
Yeah.
It's like if Natsumi tried to make a collaboration game. They only have, like, 4 IPs, and then they mostly make these smaller games. It's like, yeah, you can have a fighting game between Harvest Moon and Metabots.
God, that would be pretty intense.
I mean, Natsumi are just trying to get Metabots popular. Hey, here's an idea. Maybe you actually release it overseas again.
Yeah, it might help.
Because they released Metabots 9 and it didn't do nearly as well as they wanted, so they made the next one a game where, I think it's Metabots women's version or something like that, where if you damage the enemy's Metabots enough, the girl's clothing gets broken off as well.
I might play that.
But of course, they never released it over here.
Yeah, because they're cowards.
But the Metabots games were fun, so although I played the one of the ones on the GBA, and there's one point I can't get past. Well, I think I managed to get past it, but it's so gosh darn hard unless you have the right specific Metapod and the right specific part.
Yeah.
Because the terrain of it means you're going super slow unless you've got that specific body part to actually move across the terrain. And basically the enemy will be able to have like 7 hits before you, like, well, 3 or 4 hits before you can even get off one.
Yeah.
It's like, well, at that point, if they crit your head, then you're dead.
That's a true fact of life. If they crit your head, you're dead.
Yeah.
Especially when it's a gun. Guns are pretty good at, you know...
Can you imagine that in a war zone? Samson's been critical shot in the head! He's dead!
I think just being shot in the head is enough, actually.
Pour out my tea. Oh yeah, it's a tea time that I haven't uploaded yet, but had some of my banana offie tea a while ago, and it just tasted awful for some reason.
Yeah.
There's 2 reasons for why it could be. Maybe I put too much of the tea leaves in. I put 3 of banana offie and 3 of terrific toffee, which might have been too many teaspoons.
I have the power to create shoes.
I must say that's pretty cool. But I just recently had banana bake on its own, and it tasted just fine. Because the other idea I have as to why my banana offie tea might have been bad is that I put the teaspoon with the terrific toffee, and it stuck to the teaspoon as if it was wet.
Ah.
So it might be that the damp actually got to my terrific toffee, because I had to throw away a few of my teas because of the
Damp.
Yeah.
Because we're England.
Yeah, back of the cupboard. It's possibly because the neighbours had to drill in some holes in their wall for something they were setting up.
Ah, so we can blame the neighbours. That's all good.
And whilst the holes never went through, it's probably weakened the area.
Yeah, let's blame the neighbours. That sounds like a good idea. Let's go and evict them and burn their house to the ground. Huzzah! We beat up some mooks.
That took 5 seconds, and we have to end the episode. We reached 50 minutes.
How long it actually took, we'll find out after the cutscene.
Oh yeah.
Should we just end here?
No, let's actually get some cutscene in, I guess. Training for water gun battles. No ninja fights.
Yeah.
Also, it's funny she's praising the one person whose clothes have gone ripped, so clearly she was doing...
No, they're praising Ayami in the middle.
Ah.
I know it's hard to tell who everyone is because we completely...
No, I just thought because the blonde-haired girl who wasn't blonde here was pointing over to Yagyu.
I think that's just because they don't know how to animate the game properly. So...
Elitehood?
Yeah.
So I guess they're elite ninjas at this point, or elite students?
Yeah, I believe the one we've got with white hair and her are the higher rankers of the group.
That's interesting to hear. I mean, she was considered the strongest fighter out of all of them.
Oh no, those two. They're going to graduate.
Oh.
And then she's going to fill in the void of them when they graduate.
Oh. Again, my only familiarity in terms of story is the opening scene that I think Jesse Cox played with Ryobi and Riona.
Yeah, I've watched
as
that.
well as Etika's stream of the first game, which he did cover a small part of it because there was a lot of side quests which fill in story details of the characters.
Yeah.
But at that point, it was the first game, and at this point, Crimson Squad were kicking the hell out of them.
Yeah, I don't feel very frightened by any of these groups. That's not a good thing. You don't want to be as perverted as she is.
Mm.
Nah.
I mean, technically at this point you should be arrested for some of the actions I know from your previous game, so...
I think they should all be arrested for murder.
Oh yeah, that too. There's a lot of arrests that need to go on in this game.
But they're ninjas, so it doesn't matter.
I guess.
There you go, she's the new member. I feel like...
I have no replacement for myself.
Well, they're 5-man squads, so...
Mm.
Yes, the next match.
We need to prepare for our next 3 minutes of gameplay.
I feel like the main characters of each of these squads are not the focus.
You got the main characters just fading away. Well, no, Miyabi actually I felt had a lot of focus when you get down to it.
Which one was that?
As the only sane one.
Ah.
Miyabi, short white-haired girl, who you wouldn't be able to tell because I changed that. Leave it. The one who doesn't have a sibling.
Oh, yeah.
Because hers was about trying to make sure...
I got new cards.
Oh, the second one's interesting. Strange pink aura to it.
They're all
ribbon.
interesting in the sense that they are completely impractical.
Yeah, well, we'll end this one here now.
Alright, bye.
Cheerio!